Welcome back to Film Time. Landing a spot on ABC's reality show Shark Tank is the opportunity of a lifetime for an entrepreneur. Appearing on an episode of the hit reality series is essentially free advertisement that puts an unknown business in front of millions of potential customers. A plethora of entrepreneurs have pitched their companies on Shark Tank since the show debuted in 2009. But some of the most memorable pitches are the worst ones, and they stand out for different reasons. Some of the products are ridiculous, or the entrepreneurs are completely unprepared or so arrogant they appear clueless. So let's have a look at Shark Tank pitches that made the sharks pissed. Kent Frankovich pitched his business on Shark Tank in Season 5, seeking $150,000 in exchange for 10% of his company called Rava Lights. It is a set of LED lights that attach to the front and back wheel rims of bicycles, giving a greater visibility at night on the road. Damon came up to try the product on a bike and then decided to make an offer first by offering Kent $300,000 for a 30% stake, but Robert decided to offer $300,000 for only 10% of the company, making Damon step out. Though Kent was offered more than double what he originally asked for his product, when he continued to search for a better deal, he got chewed out by Cuban, who questioned his sincerity. Cuban asked Frankovich of screwing with them, as he didn't believe he came there to make a deal, since he didn't value this product enough. However, Robert struck a deal with Kent, who then raised an additional $1 million from a handful of investment companies, but there was surely logic behind Mark's argument, because Kent clearly came in for the connections and capital. Mark was one of those contestants who didn't apply to be on Shark Tank, as producers had found him via his Kickstarter campaign and invited him to be on the show in 2015. But it turned out that the sharks didn't see the potential in his bed heating and cooling system, not only because they thought it was overpriced at $499, but also because a Romilly struck them as overly arrogant. None of them was a bit interested, and Mark went home disappointed, but quickly focused on raising the $250,000 in the capital he was seeking from the sharks to launch his company. Or Mark said that once the BedJet system was available for purchase, customers came pouring in and the company hit $1 million in sales, and has also grown to bring in $26 million in revenue since the Shark Tank episode aired. The sharks aren't right 100% of the time. The most important opinion is the voice of the customer that opens their wallet up to buy your product. An entrepreneur named Ryan Naylor came into the tank on February 24, 2012 to pitch SO Watches, a fashion accessory business with a twist. Ryan claimed they worked to bring the wearer's body back to its natural state by restoring an ideal energy field. As these SO timepieces were built infused with negative ions, he kicked his pitch off with a lesson about the harmful effects electronic devices have on our bodies, asserting that they bombard us with positive ions which put unnatural pressure on our bodies, and then said he came seeking $35,000 in exchange for 20% of his company. Kevin was the first to show some skepticism as he questioned whether the negative ion solution addressed a real health concern, but when Ryan decided to hand out his watches, Mark shocked everyone by refusing to take one and then continued with Kevin's criticism, but was hardly as polite. As Ryan tried to give Mark a Maverick Blue Echo watch, Cuban cringed and dismissed the technology as a joke. He immediately bowed out, claiming he was allergic to scams. Needless to say, Mark was out, and he then jokingly warned Kevin that if he even thought about investing in the business, he would come over and beat the living crap out of him.
No thanks, go ahead, you keep it.
It's Dallas Mavericks Blue, just for you.
That's okay, you keep it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mark, are you allergic to positive, negative ion stuff?
No, I'm allergic to scams.
Unfortunately for Tycoon Real Estate founder and CEO Aaron McDaniel, the sharks not only hated the product idea, but some of them hated the entrepreneur behind it. After McDaniel pitched his real estate crowdfunding service as a way for average people to invest in real estate, not only did he fail to convince the sharks that it was a safe model and that he was someone to be trusted with money, but he even made Mark Cuban yell at him that his idea was scammy. He also got a hostile reception from the other sharks who called this pitch risky and a ripoff. He was seeking a $50,000 investment for 5% of the company since, as Aaron explained, real estate negotiations could be intimidating and expensive, with the best deals being reserved for the rich. Not only was Mark not buying it, but it took him less than a minute to state that he had hated the pitch and the product and that he was out. O'Leary even asked the presenter if he had a criminal record, but Mark was so frustrated that during the conversation between the presenter and the other sharks, he kept yelling the product's name Tycoon, saying then that it was a ripoff named.
Tycoon Real Estate is a crowd investing platform that allows everyday people to invest in real estate for as little as $1,000.
I hate it. I'm out.